Hey you guys, welcome to the Danger Zone. It's Ashley. Lots of love and many blessings your way. I've been blessed to get to know quite a few people since this channel started. I was contacted by someone in the medical profession who wants to remain anonymous, and here's what they said. Meghan is not moving like a pregnant woman. Women in advanced pregnancy hold their lumbar spine, not their belly. They waddle, their feet take a wider stance. They sway their back so they can handle the extra weight. Pregnancy alters more than just the abdominal shape. The lumbar spine becomes more lordotic. I hope I said that right. It gets a much deeper curve. Because of the pressure on the front of the abdomen, pulling forward, this alters the center of gravity. The stance of the hips is different. Women keep their knees further apart to deal with the shift of gravity on their pelvis. Other physicians have noted that she's very limber and flexible. They point out her curved thumbs as an indicator of ligament flexibility and talk about her years of yoga. Pregnancy hormones increase ligament laxity. That is how the pelvis expands to accommodate the baby and the separation it'll need at birth. So for someone who is already predisposed to ligament laxity, should be a hot mess during pregnancy and would certainly not be wearing 5-inch heels. It'll be horribly uncomfortable if not downright painful for them. They would be guarding the ankles, hips, and knees as much as possible. There would also be evidence of edema, swelling. Movements in general would be guarded. An example, lowering oneself slowly to a seated position, not popping to a squat to pick up a small animal and bouncing right back up. It's peculiar to say the least. I wanted to say thank you. You know who you are, and I appreciate it very much. Now we need to talk about the racist online abuse, quote unquote, of Meghan that has put the royal staff on high alert. KP staff are beefing up their resources to deleting comments targeting Meghan. They're blocking abusive Twitter and Instagram accounts. Software is being used to filter out the use of the N-word as well as emojis of guns and knives. They are trying to drive home this point. They're saying that the Meghan-related hashtags being used are things like Brexit or MAGA, Make America Great Again. They're saying that some of the accounts are also shared links to far-right websites and social media pundits. All it is a false flag, political divide. Don't fall for it, you guys. I've had this channel for so long, and out of the time and thousands of comments, I believe I've blocked 10 negative using racial epithets and slurs. I won't put up with it. Here's the proof it's political. Suspicious bot-like Twitter accounts and handles have been linked to pro-Meghan followers. Analysis of accounts interconnected into a Meghan Markle Twitter community found around 1,000 highly connected accounts, which have tweeted more than 2.5 million times since September obsessively. One account with the second highest number of pro-Meghan followers, which also tweets about U.S. politics from a pro-democratic perspective, appears to indicate bot-like activity. Speaking of race, here we go. I'm going to share with you bits and pieces of an article written by a black woman. She goes to say black people were ecstatic to claim Meghan is one of us. But as others have noted, Markle doesn't claim us. She only dates white men. She only marries white men. She only socializes with white people, including her best friend Marcus Anderson. A search through hundreds of paparazzi photos turned up only a handful of images that shows Markle socializing with black people. There is no evidence to support the claims that Meghan Markle is one of us, rather than the fact that her mother, Doria, is black. And as a loyal reader said in the comments, y'all love claiming the biracial folk who ain't effing with y'all, shaking my damn head. I've always found that Meghan was very close with her maternal grandparents, and she's never acknowledged her maternal grandmother in any kind of speech, or her grandfather for that matter, who's said to be a self-made man. They say that she had a pretty tight relationship with Doria's half-siblings, a brother named Joseph, a sister named Sandra, and a half-brother, Joffrey. None of these people were invited to the wedding, nor were they ever acknowledged. Only one have spoken to the media, and he did so in a positive way. She totally snubbed some extended family members from Georgia on her mom's side. They said, and I quote, "We would love to have you at our reunion." And Harry, one cousin, said, "The Raglins said they're filled with joy about Meghan's new life. We're all proud to be a part of it, and we just wish her the best. We really, really do." It is said that she never even acknowledged their existence. They were even on TV talking to her directly through the media, wishing her the best. She snubbed them, didn't even take a minute to send them a thank you card for the invite, or give them an explanation as to why she could not attend the reunion. Now, I know what you're all thinking. She snubbed her white side too, but it's a totally different ball game in that area. Her dad bent over backwards for her. He worked like a dog for her. He opened doors for her. She truly is where she's at today because of her dad. Mr. Markle spent every dime he had. He doted on her. She was the baby of the family. He really was super proud of her. They were thick as thieves. He gave her everything. She was busted in lie after lie. She said that she had to work in that speech, remember, and pay her own university fees and tuitions. That's not true. She didn't pay a penny, not a dime. Her dad did. Then she said that he wasn't there at the wedding between her and Trevor Engelson. He was there, and it's been proven since. The situation with her white side of the family is a different situation from the black side of her family. And it's class versus race. She has divided. She has snubbed this one for race and snubbed this one for class, and I'll prove it. I found this, and this was written by Meghan. She's the one that filled this out. You tell me what's wrong with this picture. I know my mom is biracial. I don't have any problem striking the other box. I don't agree with the way her sisters handled things, talking about class. However, I do agree with a lot of stuff that she says. These people have done nothing but disrespect the Markle side of the family, and it is a class issue. Different media outlets have all reported the same thing, that Meghan has been brought in to modernize the monarchy. She's been a tool to show diversity, to bolster ratings and popularity that were dwindling. She's just simply been used as a pawn in their game. That's why they don't care how Mr. Markle feels. He's a white guy. He doesn't help their situation at all. Therefore, they really don't care what they say or do to him. Doria, on the other hand, seems to have... She's a bit smarter than people give her credit for. I have heard through the grapevine their falling out was because they were pushing Doria to attend certain events, to show face. She caught on quick. That's the rumor. And these of all people saying they want to go after these racist remarks. They have nothing to do with race whatsoever. For the majority that I've read that have been posted on my channel, I'm telling you, out of thousands of comments, I've seen maybe 10 offensive. They're absolute liars, frauds, and hypocrites, okay? My grandfather, he might not have had all the answers and stories, but he told me plenty before he passed away. He was a lieutenant colonel in the army, and he fought under Patton, matter of fact, elbow to elbow with Patton. And the stories that man told me about this family blew my mind. It wasn't an Edward VIII situation. It was a Queen Mother situation. It was Elizabeth II situation. Prince Philip. They're all neck deep in the Nazi movement. They all supported it. So for them to stand there in everybody's face and say they want to be Meghan's saving grace from racist remarks boils my blood. And I'll tell you something else too. I feel that racism itself is a learned behavior. You don't wake up all of a sudden on a Tuesday and say you're a racist, you're against Jews, you're against blacks, you're against Hispanics. It doesn't work that way. Philip referring to Beijing as ghastly, or telling the exchange students if they stay there much longer they'll wake up slitty-eyed. And when talking to Obama over his breakfast that he attended with the leaders of China, Russia, and the UK, he asked Obama, "Can you tell the difference between them? You know what he's saying in a roundabout way, you guys? And remember back in 2005, Harry was photographed as a Nazi at a party? He said he was very sorry for his bad choice of costumes. They tried to make it out, oh, they cleaned it up pretty good. They tried to make it out like he was at a costume party and just so happened to have shown up dressed as a Nazi. Bad choice in costumes. So, go back and look. He's totally sandwiched between a KKK costume and a guy wearing blackface makeup. Like I said, racism is absolutely a learned behavior. You think my kids would wake up and decide to dress like a Nazi, a KKK member, or wear blackface makeup and go to a frat party? I don't think so. And I guess we're supposed to just buy hook, line, and sinker that it was simply a costume party and not a theme party. Guess the theme. And how about when Prince Charles replied to a biracial man from Manchester, UK? He said, "Where are you from?" And he said, "Manchester, UK." He said, "Well, you don't look like it," he said, and laughed. He was then ushered on to the next person. That guy's opinion is we need to skip a generation so that Prince Charles does not become king of the UK or head of the Commonwealth. He's kind of bitter about that horrible comment. So while they're playing their game, maybe they should have a sit down with Meghan. She's the one that doesn't acknowledge her African-American blood in her veins. She's the one that said she was Caucasian on her biography sheet. Not me. We didn't write that down for her. But they'll go after people like us. All we're doing is speaking the truth. There's no racist anything on my channel. I get struck all the time. I'm forever getting YouTube letters and flags and reviews. It gets old. And I know why. They'll do anything. Keeping her out there, relevant, front and center, as they fight these racist remarks makes everybody look good in the sight of those that are still asleep. It's politics, you guys. It's a divide, a false flag. I'll see you soon. We'll talk fast. Stay safe and be blessed.